That's no moon.
It's nooch too good. Well, greetings and hello there, everyone, to all my Star Wars children. We're going to talk today about mid-game teams that you may be missing on your roster. We previously did early game teams you're missing on your roster. Now we're looking at 5 teams that you, as a mid-game player, somewhere in that 3 to 5 million range, whatever, somewhere around there, teams you might be missing on your roster. While we're doing this in the background, Cassian will be on an endless loop of debuffs and exposes, so enjoy that in the background while we take a look here at, let's load it up, 5 mid-game teams you may be missing on your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster. And we start right at the top with one team I'm not sure you might be thinking about, but it is the Night Sisters. The Night Sisters, Mother Talzin, Old Daka, Zombie, Asajj, and either Spirit or Talia. You might want Marin on there, but no, this is for mid-gamers, not end gamers. So why do we need Night Sisters? It's a very simple explanation why you need Night Sisters. It is for the Secrets and Shadows assault battle. Now, if you get them all to gear 12 and you get Daka around relic 4 or 5, so one relic character out of this group, then you can do at least challenge level 1. Maybe you can find a way to pull off challenge level 2, but challenge level 1 can get done every time. And the value of getting that done for one relic character on your roster, it's a lot of value. So you need to push the Night Sisters through. It's something I'm working on my roster. I don't really have them ready yet. I'm starting to farm some of the gear pieces in there, stuff I didn't have prepared for the Night Sisters. I need to get them up and running, so I'm getting that challenge tier done every single round of having these Night Sisters on my roster. So I'm working on it. You work on it too. Let me know how it's going for you. Let's take a look at missing team number 2. Number 2, the second team you might be missing. Yeah, a lot of people have CLS. So what happens with a lot of rosters that I have seen is people will go out there and get CLS early on because it's pretty easy to grab early on, right? A lot of people like myself, I'm getting Imperial Troopers, I'm getting some Bounty Hunters, you know, I finished off the CLS requirements, I go get CLS, and then maybe he sits there on my roster, maybe I'll get Han Solo, maybe I go get Chewbacca, but I'm kind of slowly farming Chewbacca and 3PO. I'll get my Ewoks later. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm kind of dealing with a half team. Let me tell you guys, don't deal with a half team. Go get your Ewoks and get 3PO done. Farm 2PO, get your roster up. When you're in the mid game, you're past that beginning stage. You've already unlocked the Executor or your first Galactic Legend or several, you know, of those core teams you got. This is a team. It's just an absolute banger of a team. It will crush people in Grand Arena, territory battles, territory wars. It is a killer of a team. It will get you to the Military Might assault battle. So I finished the Military Might assault battle with Relic 3 everybody and a Gear 12 2PO. I had somebody tell me that they had a Gear 12 2PO and a Gear 12 3PO and did the same thing all the way to Tier 3 of the Military Might assault battle. And getting to Tier 3 is even more valuable than Tier 1, obviously. This gets you a lot of stuff. This team could really do a lot of things for you. And the farm eventually will lead to you to Jedi Knight Luke, to Jedi Master Luke, and to Jabba. It fits all into all those 3 farms for you. It's just, this is an end game team that you can unlock very early in the game, and it really is worth going to get those Ewoks, getting your 3PO, and farming that 2PO and getting them geared up right out of the gate. So that CLS team, you probably got CLS in your roster, maybe Han Solo and Chewbacca. Finish it off. Finish off that team, take it to where it needs to be if you're in the mid-game, because you need to get that done. Again, mid-game, somewhere around 3, 4, 5 million, somewhere in that range. You know, when you hit 4, you start getting improving, but, you know, in that range. Hey, missing team number 3. I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 times. The Revan Teams. I already mentioned the Old Republic Revan Team as a requirement for early farms now, early rosters now, because as an early roster, you need to do that Crate Dragon raid that just came out, so that's a requirement there. But Darth Revan too. Darth Revan you just have to have it. You just have to have a Darth Revan team mid-tier. Now, I know that I kind of, these teams, I don't have the whole team there. Really, that Jedi Knight Revan team for me is the whole team. I go in with that team into all sorts of battles, maybe with a 5th Jedi that I've got sitting around, or extra Jedi. But Jedi Knight Revan, Bastila, Jolee, and Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda is doing all the damage in that team. It's a great team. On the Sith Empire side, Darth Revan, Fallen Bastila, HK, Sith Marauder. I didn't put Sith Trooper in there. Sith Trooper can fit in there too. One note is be careful with HK because he's really good early on that team in a Sith Empire team. But once you go get Darth Malgus, he fades a little bit, which leads me to all the things that these teams will lead you to. And that's going to be the places of power assault battle. We're deep in assault battles right now. When you're mid game, you need to be successful in all these assault battles to really advance your roster forward. You got to be doing stuff in these assault battles. So the Sith Empire team will contribute or just run your places of power assault battle. I think with the Sith Empire team, you can get through challenge tier 1 if you got some other Sith mixed in there, or you mix in the Sith Empire with like Palpatine, Vader, that kind of thing. That Sith Empire team is really one to carry you there. But in order to do it, you need Malak on that team. And Malak is what both these teams funnel into Malak. They lead you to Darth Malak. And eventually, they don't get you Darth Malgus, but you need that Sith Empire team for Darth Malgus to work properly once you unlock him in Proving Grounds, down the road with you pay some crystals and get Darth Malgus has become a really popular character. I've seen 2 rosters in the last week that were at 1 million and 2 million that both had Darth Malgus without having any Sith Empire on their team. So he's going to be really big going forward. But yeah, the Sith Empire team is what we're really focused on here. The Old Republic team too, but you got to have both of them to go get yourself Darth Malak. Darth Malak is a key character in the game to go with that Sith Empire, and Darth Malgus becomes that as you move into the mid to late and late game as well. So what's our next missing team? Number 4 is going to be, now this isn't really a team as much as a bunch of Grand Arena Omicrons. Wampa, Savage Opress, your Qui-Gon Omicron, and the entire Sith Triumvirate, Traya, Nihilus, and Scion with Treya's Omicron. These 4 Omicrons will form, look at that. That's 6 characters, right? Well, and you throw in Jedi Knight Anakin there with Qui-Gon Jinn's Omicron. Okay, so you throw in Jedi Knight Anakin, maybe another Jedi or 2, whatever, but mainly Jedi Knight Anakin. So 7 characters that form the basis for 4 teams. 7 characters, 4 teams. 7 characters, 4 entire teams in Grand Arena for you. And that's not saying these characters are useless outside of it. Wampa has come in handy for me in a few places outside of Grand Arena. Not perfect, but he can do okay. Traya, you can use her in all phases of the game. Traya, Nihilus, Scion. So get these characters up, get them relicked up, get their Omicrons on them, because they lead you to Grand Arena success with your mid-game roster. Just huge Grand Arenas. Again, guys, 7 characters, 4 entire teams for Grand Arena. That's a huge trade-off there. Those Omicrons really make your roster in Grand Arena. So go take care of those guys. If you're mid-game, you got to have them on your roster. And finally, missing team number 5 is the Executor. The Executor, of course, spans well beyond the borders of any boxes on the screen. It kind of goes in and kind of grab the end of the... it's not working. So the Executor... This is not an end game farm. This is not an end game farm. This is a mid game farm. Really, for a lot of us, it's an early game farm. For people doing hyperdrive, you can have Executor unlocked in 6 to 7 months with reasonable additional spending, even maybe not much additional spending at all. The Executor is not an end game. It's not an end game team. It's a mid game team. You need to get the Executor on your roster. It's going to change a lot of things for you. Fleet Arena is a little more challenging to say with the Leviathan coming, and with people in your Fleet Arena maybe already having a 7-star Executor. Yours is only 5-star. I'm not going to guarantee Fleet Arena success for you, although it'll help you and you'll do better in Fleet Arena. But what I will guarantee for you with this roster, I can only get that lightsaber sound to work like on half of these. I don't know what the deal is with... anyways, frustrating. Grand Arena success. You drop that Executor in the back, you 5-star Executor in the back of your Grand Arena, people just can't figure, they can't get through it. They can't get through that thing. They don't know how to counter an Executor on defense. It also will help you with your guild in territory battles and territory wars. You need Executors in both of those, offense, defense, to clear territories and Rise of the Empire, to clear fleet territories in geo territory battles. It's just going to help you in all sorts of places. Help your guild, help your grand arena, help your roster, to help you in fleet arena. The Executor is now a mid-game farm, everybody. It's not an end-game farm. It's really important to your roster. Go get it. Get it on your roster. You'll thank me later. You get lots of teams to go with you. You get Imperial Troopers, Bounty Hunters. It's just a great farm to have on your team. That leads you also to CLS and everything else. There you go. There are your 5 missed teams you might be missing for your mid-tier roster. Let's take a look at them again. The Night Sisters, the CLS Team, your Revans, your Omicrons for Grand Arena. That's going to be Wampa, swgoh, Press, Qui-Gon Jinn, Omicron. I thought I got that out of there. And the Sith Triumvirate. And finally, last but certainly not least, it is a mid-game farm. The Executor needs to be on your roster. If you are a mid-game player in that 3 to 5 million range, get the Executor. You got to have it on there. Everybody, there you go. 5 teams you might be missing on your mid-game roster. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. And always remember, Nuke's too good.